Incoming message. Welcome.
Okay, we're back. And this is what we have so far. Quite nicely tinted, as you can possibly see. So let's get on to highlighting, shall we? I'm going to start off with the... in fact, I'm not going to use that brush, I'm going to use this one. I'm going to start off like we did originally with the turquoise colour. I'm going to be adding this quite not liberally, but sparingly is the word I was looking for, to certain areas. However, I'm going to try my best to keep it towards the upper areas of the mini.
Program activated.
There we go, so that's that bit done. We need to make this a little paler now, and for that we're going to be using one that you may have seen before, Spaceship Exterior. I'm going to give this a good shake, pop a little bit on the palette, and get some of the turquoise and then some of the, I keep calling this white, it's not actually white, but there's near enough white that it makes no odds. So what we're trying to do is make this turquoise paler. I don't want it too pale, however. We'll get a little bit of water from one of the droplets that's on the palette. There we are. Let's see if this is light enough for purposes. And we'll just put this onto certain areas that are want to show light off more readily than others. I will be coming back and highlighting the gold areas that we put on.
Program activated.
I'll add a little, as I say, I'll add a little bit more white, make it much paler still. You see, I was watching something on their YouTube channel. Not her YouTube channel, but she's watching something on YouTube. And she could chuckle to herself. And next, we'll go with this. I'll add a touch on there. And here. Now touch onto there. Onto here. Now, as you can see, I'm not doing this on the edges of anywhere. I'm doing it in the middle of areas. I'm hoping you can see it in a minute. Let me zoom in and show you what I mean. So you can see that there. I'm touching it in the middle of the previous area of paint that we put on, so that it gives a high point to the highlight that we've done. So this is where the light is actually being picked up much more strongly. Do that there, that there. Yeah. And now we'll just run a little bit of this down there. Across there. This is, if anything, like a very limited what's what I'm looking for? Not limited. A very sparse what's the word? Edge highlight, because we're not doing everything in this, but we are doing enough to sure where light is being picked up. Yep. So it's not just the edges of things that we're doing this with, we are doing it in well, there's flat areas as well, but we are trying to pick up parts that have been hit by light more than others. I'm going to zoom back out again because I don't think you can see this all area. So there we go. And I think that is about it. All I can really do here, because it's I suppose I could do a little bit of edge highlighting on these areas. It's not a technique I like particularly, or I'm very good at, but in a situation like this, I'm hoping it actually shows up. What's the word I'm looking for? It shows up designs and oh dear God, and the structure of the armour, because it's quite angular in some parts. And this one shows that there's a bit of an angle to something. If you get me drift. There we go. And I'm hoping that will be just what we wanted. I'm quite happy with that myself. So we'll leave that as is. Next, after cleaning the brush, we will go into the copper colour that we have outlined, and we'll add a little more of this to make it shine a bit more. Now bear in mind that this being a metallic colour, we're trying hard not to let it take over. We're just adding it to give more detail. I'm going to paint there as well. I didn't do that originally, but yeah. And I'm doing the top again, the top and a small part of the vertical areas, and picking out areas that should be quite bright. Yeah. There are some bits that have been swamped out by the blue. The glaze that I put on, and that's just getting remedied now. And this is by far the final, well, this is not by any stretch of the imagination, rather, the final highlight that we're doing on the gold. I do have something else I want to do first of all. Not gold, copper. Is it copper or brass? I can't remember. copper, I think. Yeah. And this part I want it to be the copper as well. Now there's some areas I am actually keeping quite dull for the copper, and that's because I can't blooming work out what it's supposed to be. And it's in shadow. I just want it to be quite dull with it being in shadow. There we are. I'm quite happy with that. Brought out what I wanted to bring out. Don't need to do much for that. Next, we do need to highlight a little more. But before we do that, let's do the cloak. And we're going into the Wazdaka red. And we're going to pick out the creases in the cloak and look at the way it's folding.
Program activated.
There we are. I don't want anything much more on this. I will be adding a touch, only a touch, of the highlight to the cape. Next, we're going to be highlighting the copper area, and we're highlighting that with greedy gold. So I'll give it a damn good shake. I'll add that. Whoops, that's blurted out. Right, so what we're going to do, I'm going to have to make adjustments here. I don't have a silver colour that I can use now until my paints come. So we're going to use Agrax Earthshade, and we're doing a very, 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 very light wash of this over the sword. I don't want to be losing any detail on the sword. And while that's waiting for that to dry, as I said earlier, I'm going to give it a very precise pin wash, as it were, of Drakenhof Nightshade. So I want quite a thin brush, and we're going in certain areas that I feel needs to be deepened just a touch. Now, I'm not going everywhere with this, in every nook and cranny. I'm just trying to pick out details that have been lost. Hopefully it will work. In fact, some areas I may actually do a full wash, with it being in shadow. It makes more sense to do that, but it's not going to be a very heavy wash. As you can see, I'm using a very small brush, so it's just going to be put where I want it rather than all over. There we go. I'll put a wash down here. And we'll go up, across, yep, into the crevices there. There we have it, and in there. I don't usually do this on my minis, as you may have noticed if you've watched any of my videos beforehand, but sometimes it's quite difficult to pick out one detail from another, and occasionally you need a technique like this. So I'd like to help you out. Yep. That's, I'm looking for that. Separates one part of the mini from another and enables you to see details. There we go. And that. Quite adequate for what we want, really. I'm going to go up and around the edge of the hood. Just to make it stand out a little more from the actual mini. There we go. That is exactly what I'm looking for. little bit over here because I forgot to do it earlier. Again, it just gives the idea of a difference in angles as well as shade. Okay, so that's that bit done. Too dry. Yep. Actually, I'm going to try another paint. I'll try a different paint. See if that works. Let's see if this works. Shining gold. I'm not quite sure if there's bigger difference. No, it's all the same kind of colour. Okay, so I will have to come back once I use this. Again, it's not a colour that I quite often use, but I have used it before in these Necron Compound. It's a very dry paint, with it being a dry brush paint. And all I'm going to do is get some on my paintbrush, take it off, and then go along the blade. And pick the blade out with it. It seems to work. Okay. Makes the blade stand out that touch more. And get some more of me on my brush. Wipe off. And go over the back and the sides. There you go, so the blade stands out a little more. I'm going to go over the front of the hilt. There we are. I will come back to this and highlight it more when I get my new paints. I think I mentioned this at the beginning of the video. I'm not sure if I've mentioned this at the beginning of this video or whether it was a case of I talked about it when I was doing Kirby and cut it out for fast, for high speed scenario. But what do you call it? I went to order some more of the Stormhold Silver from Games Workshop online, and unfortunately didn't seem to have any paint in stock online. So I went on eBay and had a look, and I bought some my painter paints. There was some paints I'd run out of that I needed to stock up on, and I thought I'll take this opportunity to stock up and get the my painter equivalent of the Games Workshop colours. So that's what I did. So I'm waiting for them to turn up.
Program activated.
So there we are, that is Wrath. As I say, I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope it helps if you're just painting, if you're just starting painting. But there he is. As I say, I may come back and touch up once I get my new paints. I'm not 100% sure yet, but I do quite like his cloak. Oh, one thing I haven't done, I haven't highlighted his Ujit, the scabbard, right here into the scabbard. So I'm going to take some of this gold colour and I'm just going to go along this area here. So I'm thinking it's a scabbard. It may not be, but there we are. I've done that bit. That'll do. Then this bit here, I'll just do with this gold as well. I'm not spending ages on trying to work out what they are. All we need to know is that it's a nicely painted mini ready for play. So that's all we have time for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, as always, take care, God bless, and bye for now.
Mission complete.